First sparring footage of Mike Tyson released ahead of the Jake Paul fight.
If you thought Mike Tyson wasn't an absolute beast in the ring, think again. His recent training video proves he's still the terrifying heavyweight he was in his prime, and Jake Paul is in for the fight of his life. Many fans are betting on Jake, assuming his youth gives him the upper hand, but that's a huge mistake. Tyson's footage shows that age has nothing on the baddest man on the planet at 58. He's throwing punches with the same speed, power, and intensity that established him as a heavyweight legend. Tyson still possesses the footwork, technique, and knockout power that made him a fearsome force in boxing. If fans believe Jake can outlast Tyson, they're in for a rude awakening. Mike isn't just ready to step back into the ring. He's ready to dominate. After all, if Tyson could take down the biggest names in heavyweight boxing, what chance does Jake Paul really have? Let's break it down. Tyson's latest training video is mind-blowing. If anyone doubted whether the baddest man still has it, this clip silences those doubts immediately. Tyson looks fresher than ever, moving as if he's still in his prime. He's throwing combinations with the same intensity, speed, and precision that made him a living legend. The hype around Mike's return to the ring has already been substantial, but this new training footage elevates that excitement to a whole new level. It's like he's been dipped in the fountain of youth, proving that he still commands the ring. If there's one thing to take away from this, it's that Mike Tyson is back, and he's not coming to play. Tyson's power is still astonishing, and his speed is absolutely ridiculous for a 58-year-old. Watching him hit the pads, you can literally feel the impact through the screen. The explosiveness in his punches is reminiscent of his prime days in the 80s and 90s. He can generate massive power with every punch, whether it's a jab, hook, or uppercut. Tyson's punches don't just land, they look like they're designed to destroy. This isn't merely about raw power. His technique remains razor sharp. His footwork, head movement, and angles are all still there. Tyson's ability to slip punches and counter with brutal force is what made him a standout, and age hasn't diminished any of that. In his latest training video, you can see his unique movement, almost like a predator circling his prey. His ability to read opponents, anticipate their moves, and then strike with devastating precision is still unmatched. This is what Jake Paul will face when he steps into the ring. Tyson doesn't just throw wild punches. Every hit is calculated, and every move is strategic. He's always a step ahead of his opponents. If you think Tyson's age will slow him down or diminish his ring IQ, think again. He's been boxing since he was a teenager, and those instincts are as sharp as ever. The way Tyson approaches training is a testament to his dedication and skill. His footwork is still fluid, allowing him to close distance and create angles that confuse opponents. The way he mixes up his combinations keeps defenders guessing, making him an unpredictable force. Each punch he throws carries intention, showcasing not just power, but also finesse. As he prepares for his comeback, it's clear that Tyson remains a formidable opponent. His understanding of the sport, honed over decades, gives him an edge that younger fighters may underestimate. When Tyson steps back into the ring, he won't just be looking to compete. He'll be aiming to remind everyone why he's still regarded as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Jake Paul has a monumental challenge ahead of him, and underestimating Mike Tyson could be a grave mistake. Let's talk about Tyson's conditioning. He isn't just throwing a few hard punches and gassing out. In this training video, he shows that he still has the stamina to go multiple rounds and hit like a truck. You can see it in the way he maintains high intensity throughout the session. He's not slowing down at all. People often forget that Tyson in his prime wasn't just about first-round knockouts. He had the endurance to keep coming at you round after round, wearing you down until he landed that killer blow. Even at 58, that endurance is still evident. His ability to keep pushing and maintaining that ferocity is a testament to his incredible conditioning. As he prepares for the ring, it's clear Tyson is ready to go the distance and deliver devastating power throughout the fight. This video proves that age is simply various in terms of Tyson. He's now no longer simply counting on his beyond accomplishments or his legacy. He is installing the paintings to reveal the arena that he is nonetheless were given it, and that he is now no longer simply right here for a spectacle. Tyson's displaying as much as win, and he is entering this combat as risky as ever. If Jake Paul or his lover suppose they may be managing a washed-up legend, they may be approximately to be hit with a harsh reality. Mike nonetheless were given the talents, the electricity, and the coronary heart that made him the maximum feared fighter in boxing records. Now permits wreck down Jake Paul's talents actual quick. Jake Paul ain't any stranger to the hoop, and you have were given to provide him credit score for being higher than maximum humans concept he might be whilst he first commenced out. Were given respectable electricity in his arms mainly together along with his proper hook, and he has proven realize he can knock humans out whilst he lands smooth. His footwork is not horrible both. He has discovered the way to circulate across the ring on top of things distance to a degree. He is virtually advanced given that his early days whilst humans concept he become only a YouTuber gambling boxer. His largest power 11 though his cap potential to generate hype. The dude is aware of the way to sell himself, and he has used that talent to accumulate a profession. It's made him a family call in boxing, although the purists do not adore it. However, permits be actual for a second whilst we examine Jake Paul's talents to Mike Tyson. It is a very specific ball sport. Yeah, Jake is more youthful, and were given a first-rate age advantage. However, it's now no longer going to keep him whilst he steps into the hoop with a man who spent his complete existence perfecting the artwork of boxing. Tyson's electricity is on a totally specific stage. We are speaking approximately a person who may want to stop fights with an unmarried punch, even towards elite stage fighters. Jake has knocked out some MMA opponents and fellow YouTubers. However, permits be honest, he is in no way confronted everybody even remotely near Tyson's caliber. Sure, Jake's electricity has amazed a few humans, however it is not anything in comparison to the uncooked pressure that Tyson brings. Plus permits now no longer neglect about approximately the enjoy. Tyson has been preventing professionally given that he become 18 years old, and by the point he become in his early 20s, he become already the undisputed heavyweight champion of the arena. This is a man who was long past toe-to-toe with legends like Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, and Michael Spinks. Tyson has confronted the satisfactory of the satisfactory, which includes real global champions. Incredible talent and sturdiness. Jake's fought Ben Ezran, who become recognized for his wrestling, and Tyron Woodley, a former MMA champion, beyond his prime. Neither of these men had been elite stage boxers, and neither had the placing cap potential to clearly take a look at Jake. Jake's satisfactory win is over. Nate Robinson, a retired NBA participant who had in no way boxed professionally in his existence earlier than entering into the hoop with him, permit that sink in. Tyson, on the alternative hand, has fought and overwhelmed killers withinside the ring. His legacy is cemented withinside the records e-book at 20. Tyson had become the youngest heavyweight champion ever, and he is remembered as one of the maximum devastating punchers the game has ever visible. Jake's nonetheless withinside the system of constructing his legacy. However proper now, it is usually constructed off of preventing men who are not even near being valid boxers, and that is the key difference. Tyson's fighters have been battle-examined warriors dissatisfactory in their time, even as Jake's resume is full of retired MMA opponents and fellow social media personalities. Now a few humans may argue that Jake's teenagers offers him the brink that due to the fact he is the more youthful, greater lively athlete, he will be capable of live longer than Tyson with inside the ring. However, age is not going to be sufficient to keep Jake whilst Tyson begins off-vault unloading on him. Sure, Jake's more youthful, however Tyson's were given the enjoy the electricity and the talents which have stood to take a look at of time. Even at 58, Tyson's speed, precision, and knockout electricity are nonetheless scary, as we have got visible in his latest schooling videos. This is not a few washed up legend entering into the hoop for a payday. Tyson nonetheless were given the goods, and he is treating this combat like it is the actual deal. Jake, on the alternative hand, looks as if he is treating it as simply some other viral event. However, that is Mike freaking Tyson. We are speaking approximately Jake. Never confronted everybody like him, and pretty frankly, he is in deep water right here. No quantity of social media fans or trash communicate goes to assist him whilst Tyson's status throughout from him, prepared to unharness a barrage of punches. Jake's largest asset is his potential to promote a combat. However, as soon as that bell, all that hype might not matter. Tyson has been there, carried out that, and tested himself time and time again. Jake is probably more youthful. However, Tyson's enjoy and potential make him a hazard that Jake surely is not organized for. So the hype for Mike Tyson as opposed to Jake Paul is unreal. And it is prepared to head down on November 15, 2024 on the large AT&T Arena. This combat has the arena humming like in no way earlier than, and tickets are flying off the cabinets quicker than you could say. Let's get prepared to rumble. Everyone is aware of that is approximately to be one in every of the most important boxing activities in latest memory. The sheer pleasure around this matchup is insane boxing. Legends, influencers, celebrities you call it, everyone speaking approximately it. And with Netflix on board, it is now no longer only a combat anymore. It is a whole event. Netflix is about to drop one-of-a-kind behind-the-scenes photos of schooling camp insurance and all of the juicy info main as much as the massive KM, with the long-lasting Mike Tyson going head-to-head with one of the maximum talked approximately influencers with inside the global Jake Paul. This combat has we're given each fan on the brink,